Welcome, Arithmetic Ninjas, to adding and subtracting decimals with different numbers of decimal points. Now, the big lesson to learn here is to put the points in first, and that will guarantee that you line up the digits in the correct columns. So, we're going to do that first. So, question 1 has got two numbers to add up, so that needs 2 points. Question 9 has got two numbers to subtract, so that's going to need another 2 points. Question 12 has got two numbers to subtract, so 2 decimal points. Question 14's got 2 to subtract, and question 17 has got 2 to add. Now notice we were also emphasising whether it's an add or subtract. Too many people lose easy marks because they do a takeaway when it should be an add, or they do an add when it should be a takeaway. So double check your symbol in your operation. Right, let's go back to question 1. So it is 4.8 add 5.67. Now we've got an empty gap there above the 7, so let's fill that in with a 0 and let's work it out. Now it's an add, so that's nothing plus 7 is 7, 8 and 6 is 14, put the 4 in, carry the 1, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus the 1 is 10. Don't forget your decimal point as your answer, so your final answer is 10.47. Question number 9. We've got 84.543. Take away 6.12. Now we've got an empty gap underneath the 3, so let's fill that in with a 0. Put some lines for our answer. And this one is most definitely a takeaway. So 3 take away nothing is 3. 4 take away 2 is 2. 5 take away 1 is 4. 4 take away 6 we can't do. There's more on the floor, so borrow from next door. Borrow from the 8, that becomes a 7. And the 1 we've borrowed turns the 4 into 14. 14 take away 6 is 8. And 7 take away nothing is 7. Put your decimal point in. Final answer, 78.423. Question number 12. We've got 40.065. Take away 13.98. And we've got an empty gap underneath the 5, so fill that in with a 0. Put your lines in for your answer, and this one is a takeaway. So 5 take away nothing is 5. 6 take away 8 we can't do, so borrow from next door. But you can't borrow from this 0 because there's nothing there. So you go next door again. But you can't borrow from this 0 because there's nothing there. So you need to go next door again and borrow from the 4. Borrow from the 4, that becomes a 3. And the 1 you've borrowed turns this 0 into 10. But we still can't do this column. So we need to borrow from the 10. Borrow from the 10 and it becomes a 9. And the 1 we've borrowed turns that 0 into 10. But we still can't do this 6 take away 8. So we need to borrow from the 10. So borrow from the 10 and it becomes a 9 again. And the 1 we've borrowed turns the 6 into 16. Now we can carry on. 16 take away 8 is 8. 9 take away 9 is nothing. 9 take away 3 is 6. And 3 take away 1 is 2. Put your decimal point in and there's your answer, 26.085. There was a lot of borrowing in that one, so be careful on that one with your borrowing. Next question, 30.204, take away 27.1. We've got some gaps to fill in. There's a gap under the 0 to fill in, and there's a gap under the 4 to fill in. Now we've filled in the gaps, we can draw lines for our answers, and away we go. This is another takeaway. So 4 take away nothing is 4. Nothing take nothing is nothing. 2 take 1 is 1. Nothing take 7. There's more on the floor, so borrow from next door. Borrow from the 3, that becomes a 2. And the 1 we've borrowed turns that 0 into 10. 10 take 7 is 3. And 2 take 2 is nothing. Put your decimal point in so it's lined up. And your final answer is 3.104. Final question. We've got 12.63. Add 12.777. We've got an empty gap above the 7, so fill that in. And this time we are adding. So remember to be careful, watch out for your symbol. Must choose to do the correct operation. Nothing add 7 is 7. 3 add 7 is 10. Put the 0 in, carry the 1. 6 plus 7 is 13. Plus the 1, that just carries 14. Put the 4 in, carry the 1. 2 plus 2 plus the 1 I've just carried is 5. 1 plus 1 is 2. Decimal point goes in. 25.407 is your final answer. Now we've done all of those, it's time for your turn. We've done questions 1, 9, 12, 14, 17. Why don't you go back and try the ones that we've missed out? Good luck.